Well, I call this the nightmare car story, like maybe like Christine, the movie Christine, it was a horror movie about a car. Well, this is kind of my Christine story. I had a business in downtown, and I sold furniture and fabric, and it opened every day at 9. I had a girl open for me, and then I took care of the furniture part out here in built my shed where I did my upholstery. So that morning, the guy that worked for me, he came out, and I told him, I said, I had just finished a chair. I said, look, his name was Jimmy. I said, Jimmy, I need for you to deliver this chair for me. Just take my van and deliver the chair. And I gave him the address, and I said, I'll just drive your car to my store. And he said, okay. And it was an old car, 1976 Mercury, big car, big one, heavy. And I told him, I said, now, Jimmy, is there anything I should know about this car? Is it okay? Is it dry? He goes, yeah, it's fine. He said, I am having a little bit of trouble with the brakes. I said, Jimmy, this thing has brakes, doesn't it? He said, yes. All you have to do is pump them a little bit. I said, darn, Jimmy, I better have brakes on this thing. Because you do, they're fine. I drive every day. So anyway, he took my van and went with the furniture, and I got in the car and went to my store. So when I pulled in, I noticed when I first pulled out of my house that the brakes were not real good, but I thought, well, they're okay. I can just pump them, push them a few times, and it gets the pressure back. It didn't have good pressure in it. So what I didn't know was that his brake system was failing, and it was failing as I was driving. So anyway, I get to the store and I pull in the parking lot, and I'm running a little bit late, so I'm going in pretty fast. And I pull around the parking lot, turn the car to park it, and in between the cars is this concrete cement divider, and divides the cars from each other. Big one. It was probably 6 inches high, and it had an arch in it, so it rose up to about 8 inches, and then it was like a meter wide. I mean, a meter wide. So anyway, I turned in and I hit those brakes, pumped them, nothing happened. I hit that concrete thing going pretty fast. The car jumped up in the air, the front end jumped up in the air. I didn't have my seatbelt on. And there was a Honda in front of me that was parked. And the car jumped up, like I said, it was a big one. When it hit that concrete medium, it just went straight up in the air, the front end, and drove right on top of that Honda, the front end of the Honda. And it's one of those little Honda Civics with a kind of a flat hood bonnet. And I went right on top of it, and the engine was still running, and I still was pumping brakes trying to stop. And the car was trying to just keep going. It looked like a monster truck show where they ride over top of cars. And finally I thought, turn it off, turn the engine off. So I turned it off, and finally, that stopped it. So here I am sitting in my car with my chest hurt because I hit the steering wheel so hard, and I'm on top of this other car. It went all the way to the windshield and busted the windshield of her car. So I get out, climb out. I have to climb out and I look at the car, and it's destroyed. And people have heard it. It's a big, busy shopping center. People heard it, and they start coming out of the stores looking like, what in the world happened? And I said, I don't have any brakes. I said, I had no brakes when I come in. And so I was trying to figure out, I said, is it your car? Do you know whose car it is? And finally this lady come out of the lady's hair salon, and she had her hair all up. She was getting her hair colored, so she had her hair in some kind of like tinfoil thing, and she goes, "Oh God, that's my car." It was destroyed, and I go, "I'm so sorry, ma'am. I am so sorry." She goes, "What happened?" And I told her, and luckily she was the nicest lady. She said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "I'm all right." I said, "I hit my chest on the steering wheel, but I said, I'm okay." And she said, "Oh no, my car's destroyed." I said, "I know." I said, "I am so sorry." And I said, "Let's call the police and get them out here and see what to do." So anyway, finally the police come, and they get out and they walk up and they look at that car sitting on top of the other car, and the policeman looks at me and said, "How in the hell did that happen?" And so I told him, he said, "I've never seen anything like that." So anyway, that was a nightmare. Turned out that, like I say, she was a very nice lady, and she told me that it was okay, that it had, insurance would pay for it. And so anyway, that was my...
Did Jimmy have the insurance?
Well, no, that's another part of the story. That idiot hadn't paid his insurance, so there was no insurance on the car. I didn't know that. And so I told the lady, I said, "I'm sure insurance will pay for it." And then only to come to find out that Jimmy didn't have insurance. So it was a big mess. But anyway, her insurance took care of it. Over here in America, I don't know if it's like that in Japan, but if you're hit by an uninsured driver, then you have insurance that covers that. So that's what happened.